Hi, welcome to another episode of Faith in 5 with the Secured. You're welcome on today's episode, and again, I am so excited, I'm so happy to be bringing today's word to you. So, today's message is going to be taken from the book of Luke, chapter 5, from verses 18 to 25. Now, this might be like a very sensitive episode, but I want you to think deep on it. So this story is about a group of friends that wanted to help their friend. Now their friend is paralyzed and they've heard about Jesus. The news of Jesus went really viral without any hashtag. So the news of Jesus was everywhere, and they heard that Jesus was coming into town. And they believed, they had heard so many wonderful things that Jesus did for people. And they just had this very strong faith that if they could see Jesus, Jesus will heal them. Now, Jesus could heal their friend. So they went to the place where Jesus was having a crusade. And the place was really packed out, really packed out. And they did not know how they would get their friend to the front so that Jesus could see him. And then they had this idea that, okay, why don't we go on top of the roof? Because they realized that if they went on the roof and they jumped down from the roof, they would be directly in front of Jesus. Oh my God. See, when you are on a journey, faith, remember the Bible said if you have faith like a mustard seed. And I always say to you on this episode that a mustard seed is so tiny. One of these episodes, I'll bring a mustard seed onto the show. A mustard seed is so tiny that the Bible said if your faith is that tiny, you can say to a mountain and the mountain will be moved. Now, I said to myself, to the help of the Holy Spirit, if my faith is not as tiny as that, then I can do so many things. If my faith is not as tiny as the mustard seed, then I can speak to headache. I can speak to body pains. I can speak to my finance. I can do so many things. I can say it and I can get results. These people's faith, when you have faith in God, do you know, ideas will be springing up. You will begin to have ideas. You begin to have ideas, divine ideas, obviously, because that idea of the friends is because they had the confidence they've had in Jesus. They moved with that confidence, and that is how they were able to have that idea, and they went with it. When in your faith journey, when you are trusting God, the divine ideas that come, good ideas, obviously, once it comes, don't procrastinate, don't wait, move with it. And that was how they moved with it. And they put their friend, obviously, and then the friend, they laid their friend through the roof, and Jesus saw the friend. I tell you a truth, God sees every act of faith that we take. Yes, the Bible said in verse 20. Verse 20 is what I want us to take home. Verse 20 of Luke chapter 5 says, when Jesus saw their faith. I like the way Amplify put it. Amplify said, when Jesus saw their active faith, a strong confidence in him, when he saw it, he healed the man. The man, he told him, he said, rise up. He healed the paralyzed man. Now, this is the sensitive part. Remember in the episodes, I always really say to you that you should surround yourself with godly friends. Remember Psalm 1 verse 1 says, blessed is he that does not sit in the congregation of the ungodly. Which friends are you keeping? Do you think if something happened to you now, or if you're going through something now, your friends will actually say, let's help him? Your friends will leave their job. Your friends will leave their family. Your friends will leave that contract and say, let's take you to the next program, to the next power touch. Will they say, let them take you to a program and heal you? What will your friends say? Or they will lament, or they will complain, or they will tell friends, or they will tweet it, or they will sell the story to a blogger. What kind of friends are you surrounding yourself with? It's very, very important. Very important, the kind of friends that you keep. And this episode, I want you to look down and think about it. What friends am I keeping? Are they friends that will move me forward, or friends that will stagnate me? Yes. The all-seeing faith. Faith sees. God sees every step of faith that we take. He sees it. He sees it. He sees it. Remember, keep godly friends. It's very important. Really, really. It's something that's very personal to me, and I'm going to talk a lot about these episodes of faith and friendship, because it's really, really important. Yes, that you get it right. Have a beautiful day. I want you to remember, go back and read Luke chapter 4, verses 18 to 25. Faith sees. Have a beautiful day, and I'm still secured. Bye.